Okay, welcome back to my car cave. I finally got the Le Mans champion Ferrari from 2023. This is the 499P Ferrari AF Corsa winner number 51 car. You remember I had the Bburago one already as a kind of a placeholder, but I wanted to get a more high-end or upscale version, which would be LookSmart or BBR. In this case, I got the LookSmart one, and yeah, I can see there's a problem here. The wing is broken off the rear here. You can see the wing plane here, and the end plate is here. So let me go ahead and get this out of the box. I'll make those repairs, and then we'll talk about the car up close and in detail. Okay, so I got the rear wing fixed now, and unlike decals, it's not a video that would be entertaining through the time warp fast motion. So I just took some photos, which I'll throw up here, and you can see kind of how I repaired it. And this happens, whether it's primarily resin, a little more fragile. I've just gotten used to every once in a while. Things happen, models arrive with a little bit of damage. Most of the time I can repair it. This wasn't too bad. I coincidentally had another one in a different package. Also had a rear wing issue. I'll feature that when I get to that video. But yeah, not a big deal. Just a little bit of glue, a little bit of patience, and looks pretty much fine. It's a little bit of decal cracking here in the back that's from it falling off. You can kind of see right there where it doesn't fit great. This side looks pretty good, but all in all, like I said, just shockingly for the end plate and the rear wing to be floating around in a box, I don't see any real damage to the actual car, so I'm pretty happy, all things being said. So no worries. It is just part of the collecting hobby, and we move on from there. So I'm going to take this off the base since I do want to put this car in the display eventually, and we'll take a closer look at it and maybe compare it against the Bburago. Okay, now we got it off the base. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. This is a LookSmart version of the 2023 Ferrari 499P Le Mans winning endurance race car. I had been looking for the Bburago version, but frankly, the only one I can find is in a special box, and it's like $600. I'm just not paying that amount for one of these models. That said, maybe there'll be a regular release version later, and I might maybe pick that up, although this is 100% fine, so I'm probably not going to be compelled to buy the BBR, even if it does come out. Maybe I'll get the 2024 one from BBR. So I did a video on the Bburago version of this, but kind of talk more about the race history. But as we know, Ferrari returned to Le Mans after 50 years, hence their numbers were 50 and 51, to race at the top tier class of Le Mans and compete for overall victory, which they just hadn't been doing. They've been in the lower classes up until 2023, and they returned triumphantly with a victory. And they won the overall, beating Toyota and snapping their 5 race win streak at Le Mans. And I think, for the most part, it was a very well received victory by the fans, the sport in general, to have Ferrari back and back on top. So this is I think a historical car in that sense. The rest of the season, the WC was less successful, but really, it's kind of one of those things. If you win Le Mans, that's all you need to do that year. Nobody really remembers who the WC champion was per se. So, anyways, let's go ahead, and I wanted to talk about this model again. Like I said, I've done a review on the Bburago one. I think we'll do some comparison because I think the only thing that really makes sense is kind of talk about this car as about 4 to 5x more expensive, depending on how much you paid for the Bburago. And so, yeah, let's talk about those two and see how they stack up against each other. Okay, so I have the LookSmart here on the right and the Bburago here on the left. Let's just talk about some of the differences you get. Again, they're totally different price ranges, so I'm not trying to tell you one is better than the other. Bburago is an amazing example for its price and is good for 90% of all collections. This is much higher end, much more expensive the LookSmart is, and that's just not suitable for everyone. And unless you're like a hardcore Ferrari fan or a hardcore endurance collector, that may not be. You may want to spend your money on that, but um, the Bburago, I got to be honest, is totally sufficient for most collections, including mine. Um, that said, let's go ahead and talk some of the differences. First of all, the Brago is die cast. The LookSmart is resin. With the Brago, because die cast, you do get an opening door, wheels roll, the steering turns. None of that is on the resin model. It's a fixed model. Nothing opens. The wheels roll barely, and they definitely don't turn. So the other obvious thing that you see here, just looking at them, the colors are different. I'm going to go with LookSmart. I think that's probably the correct version of the red. The Bburago is kind of an orangey red. As I look at it here, it's a little more muted. It's not quite as glossy. The orange peel is more evident on the diecast model, or the Bburago model, that it is on, say, the LookSmart. And you get other different color variations, such as like this blue is super dark here. It's a more royally blue here. All the colors here stand out, pop more on the LookSmart. They're primarily decals, or these are kind of summer decals. Some may be printed or screen printed. These little details here, this is a clear piece of plastic painted white to make it kind of a lens. And then this is just tampoed or decaled white on here. The biggest thing I think you're going to get, obviously, with the LookSmart is the details, the photo etching, and better decal application. So in terms of size and all that kind of stuff, the cars look very similar, but it's all down to kind of the details and that kind of stuff. So um, let's go ahead and talk about photo etching. You get a decent amount of photo etching here. Starting up front, I might have to take a photo because I don't know if I can get this to focus, but all of these little silver grills in here, that's all photo etch parts in there. This is a photo etch little air vein here. This aerial is photo etched. Then you got these silver screens where I presume air is entering into the car. Um, that's photo etch. Here you get another piece of photo etching up on the hood mount, or sorry, the roof of the car. Um, all these little parts are going to be photo etched, whereas on the Bburago, those are all done in plastic primarily, so it's just thicker. They have the detail. It's just a thicker part, and because it's done in plastic. Um, then moving back here, I suspect, because this is Spark and what they do on F1, that these two tailpipes are also photo etched. There's a metal button or hose here. I don't know that this cap is photo etched or not. Maybe it is. And then looking in the brake rotors, I can't verify that those are photo etched. I don't think they are, but they're obviously very nicely done. Um, and then moving back here, you don't see any real photo etching, but what's kind of nice is you get this little hose back here. I couldn't even tell you what that does. But anyways, it looks official to me, and therefore it's a nice detail that I can appreciate. Um, Next, what you get, I think, is obviously the carbon fiber decaling. There's tons of it. On Bburago, all of this carbon fiber treatment here is all done by printing onto the plastic parts. This whole part is plastic on the Bburago. Here, it's all carbon fiber decals, and they've got different patterns going different directions. I think you can see that. It's a smaller striation kind of pattern here. Then it moves kind of this herringbone checkerboard pattern, which is a different size carbon fiber weave, which I really like. Each of these areas here in front of the wheels, those are all carbon fiber, whereas on the Bburago, it's just kind of a matte black paint, similar to what you have here. Then, all of this front lip here, carbon fiber, and even these little, what do you want to call these? I can't I can't think of the technical term back there, but you can see the carbon fiber all the way back in there. And, I don't know that I can pick it up on camera, but all the way back underneath the hood here is all, carbon fiber detailed in there. So I think they do a great job on this car. The whole rear wing, um, the end plates here, all carbon fiber. This tail portion of the car, all down here along the side skirt of the car as well. The wing mirrors here, all carbon fiber. So I think they do a fantastic job. Unlike Bburago, they have a kind of a silver trim here to, I guess, be the tail light that would light up red. I think this would be better if it was like a clear, transparent, red plastic, as you would normally see on a lens. It's not, and but it's not even referenced on the Bburago, so that's definitely an improvement there. Um, with the decals and stuff here, I think they do a great job. One of the things I generally don't like about Spark is that their decals, what they do is they tend to clump as many decals together as possible. So this HY plus the FIA and this little logo here, that's all one piece. And then this decal here, that's all one. So there's a clear decal here that's in between. And so I think what's happened in F1 particularly, because there's a lot of matte finishes, when you put this clear decal across matte, it makes it glossy. On this car, because the entire model is a glossy paint scheme or paint livery, you don't see it. So it doesn't, what makes me nutty on some of the Spark stuff in F1 does not translate here. So like all of this is just kind of one decal. And if this had been a matte paint scheme, yeah, it'd be a little more problematic. But that said, here on the gloss, it just disappears as it's shiny, as is the rest of the paint scheme. So anyways, I think a fantastic model. Lots of like little details, like here the pull offs for the windscreen. They have little decals for the pull offs for the headlights. So during the race, when they get all the bugs and dirt on there and the oil, they just tear those off. So the tear offs there are decaled in. I think, yeah, there's some photo etch parts in here, whereas on the Braga, this is just painted purely black. Um, again, like I said, the carbon fiber on this is really, I think, outstanding. The underneath of the car actually is a little disappointing. I think the Braga is maybe a little bit better. I mean, it's not, it's got this kind of fake carbon fiber print in it. But they have some like little riveting and things like that, whereas the LookSmart is just kind of plain there. So anyways, I might actually give the nod to Bburago in this particular case. Um, that said, again, different models for different collectors and stuff like that. So again, just gobs of carbon fiber decaling here. Um, you know, the outlets here, the air outlets here, done really nice. It's a painted black. It's not a solid hole, but looks great. There's this crazy little. These are photo etched. I suspect these two hinges here are photo etched. I don't know if you can see if there's a little raised or um, like it's not an antenna. I'm not sure what it is, to be honest, but like it's such a small detail. I might take a photo. It's such a small detail. I don't even know why they've done that, but it just shows you that they're really trying to pay attention and make this as detailed as possible. So again, some carbon fiber decaling on the inside of the dash. You can't see much else. This is a they've put this entire entire window is decaled. It's a tinted color. You can still see through here. Um, yeah, you can see through there, but they put a tinting on it, so you really can't see inside the cockpit at all. Um, but yeah, I suspect they've done some stuff, and I don't know if you can. I'll take a photo of this, but the windscreen wiper is so fragile, but looks so great. So, and then I think another nice thing they do here is they have these running lights, or these headlights, I guess, for night. Um, and those are it's a actual cutout piece with a piece of you know, plastic glass on top. So it looks like, a light would be, whereas, on the Brago, it's just a decal there. They've not taken the time to, do that level of detail, and nor should they at the price point they're at. So headlights look really good. Again, the wheels and tires look amazing. Um, yeah, so overall, I think a fantastic model. It's exactly what I would expect from LookSmart or Bburago, frankly. And so I'm super happy about this. Like I said, maybe for 2024, I'll get the the BBR version. Um, that said, I'm completely happy with this. And, if you want to get the 2024 winning Bburago version, I believe that is already out, or early season variants are out already. And that's the advantage of Bburago, is that, they get this stuff. They already got the 2024 Ferrari F1 cars already out, and they, have the LeMans stuff coming out already. So way ahead of everybody else. Not sure how that works logistically. But regardless, that I think the Baragos are fantastic, fairly valued option. I think actually you get a lot more detail for the value that you're getting out of that. But the Look Smart is obviously a different level, and for my championship collection, I prefer to have that. So I hope you like the video. I have some more videos soon, probably back to F1. But anyways, hit like, hit subscribe, and I'll have some videos shortly.